Alrighty guys, we're back for some Jund Toolbox, and this is a March of the Machine, the Aftermath Standard Brew. We're gonna go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link as well as that relatively new Patreon link down in the description if you're interested in joining either of those up. Okay, what do we got packed into the build here? First of all, we need ways to actually pull tools out of the toolbox. So we got Dig Up as one of those ways. It's a 1 green mana sorcery speed, but it has a cleave cost of 1 double black and a green. So we can search our library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into our hand, then shuffle. So if you cleave this, you remove the words basic land and reveal it, so it reads search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Not half bad, guys. It really isn't. We have more ways to grab tools out of the toolbox. Diabolical Intent is a 2 mana sorcery speed. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you sacrifice a creature, search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle. Not half bad, again. Now, with Diabolical Intent, we do need some form of creatures in here that we don't mind sacrificing, so I have all 4 Riveteers Requisitioners, 2 mana, 3/1. When it dies, create that treasure token, got Blitz for 2 and a red. Pretty good creature, guys. It really is. I think one of the reasons it doesn't see as much play as it should is there's just a lot of ways to exile right now. So Requisitioner is a great way to bridge the gap between the early to the mid game. So it's going to be terrific in here, most likely, right? So what kind of tools do we have packed into the toolbox? Well, we have a Duress here on the top end to help us peer into the opponent's hand, huh? We got 3 Go for the Throats, just solid removal, obviously. Sheoldred's Edict, also solid removal, helps us ping Planeswalkers too if we have to. Got a Tear Asunder here. It's a 2 mana instant speed with kicker for 1 and a black. So you can exile target artifact or enchantment, but if it was kicked, exile target non-land permanent instead. Really good, guys. Really, really good. Probably going to be saying that about a lot of the cards in here. Got a single Brotherhood's End, so sometimes we just need an early way to wipe a board, and Brotherhood's End is our way to do that. And if we end up wiping the board with a Requisitioner out there, then it acts as a little bit of ramp too, so not bad. Got a couple of Tranquil Frillbacks. This is a 3 mana 3/3 underplayed creature for sure. When it ETBs, you can pay a green mana up to 3 times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, you choose up to that many. So we have destroy target artifact or enchantment, nice. Exile target player's graveyard, okay. Or just gain 4 life. Very powerful card. It's like I said, I'm probably going to be saying it for a lot of cards in here, man. There's just a lot of power packed in. And I'm pretty sure that if we go up against Selesnya Enchantments, they're going to have a rough time against us, but we'll see, right? Selesnya Enchantments definitely knows how to go fast, so I have a single Glissa Sunslayer, 3 mana. A 3/3 Rock and Golgari colors up there. It's a legendary creature. Got First Strike, Death Touch, and when it deals combat damage to a player, you choose one of these so you can draw a card, lose 1 life. Nice, keeping our hand stocked could be important. Destroy target enchantment, nice. Or remove up to 3 counters from target permanent, not bad. We got 2 Riveteers Charms. I brought this up recently. I want to check out the charms a little bit more because I do think they're a little bit underplayed, man. So this is a 3 mana, rocking all the Jund colors up there. It's instant speed. You get to choose one of these. So target opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker they control with the highest mana value among creatures and planeswalkers they control. Okay. Or exile the top 3 cards of your library until your next end step. You may play those cards. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Or exile target player's graveyard. So another way to just get rid of, I guess if you're up against like a reanimator build, actually mono red plays a lot with their graveyard as well, right? Between the adversary and the squeeze and the Phoenix chick. So yeah, honestly, exiling graveyards could be pretty good. Okay, moving on to the 4 drops, we got a single Sheoldred because it's Sheoldred, bro. We got a couple Invasion of Zendikars in here. A little bit of ramp doesn't hurt, but also just like having the 3 defense and easily flipping into Awakened Skyclave could be a way to help us wrap up games as well. So got a couple Unleash the Infernos, just one of the greatest tools in our toolbox, right? But it got a little bit worse after Bankbuster got banned because like Bankbuster was in almost everybody's deck, so you ping their creature, take out the Bankbuster all with 1 card. That was really good. Even so, I guess we don't see this too often, so I should go over it. It's a 4 mana instant speed rock and Jund colors. Deals 7 damage to target creature or planeswalker. When it deals excess damage this way, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to the amount of excess damage. So, like, hypothetical here, right? You could hit a Wandering Emperor with this, and then with the excess damage, take out a wedding announcement or something. So, yeah, pretty powerful. 5 drops, we got 3 Burn Down the House because board wipes are important, and those devils come in handy, huh? Got a single Vorinclex here, just more ways to ramp, but also grabbing forest. It doesn't have to be a basic forest, so we can grab our Ziatora's Proving Ground, which could be pretty good. And then the bottom ability here for 6 and double green, you exile Vorinclex. It comes out as the Grand Evolution. So first chapter on this, you mill 10 cards, put up to 2 creature cards from among the milled cards onto the battlefield, and we have some great top-end creatures to hit with that. A second chapter, you distribute 7 +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures you control. That could help us wrap up games, right? And then the third chapter, until end of turn, creatures you control get pay 1 mana. This creature fights target creature you don't control. And then you exile this, and then it comes back as Vorinclex. Pretty good card, man. It really is. You just have to survive long enough to drop the Vorinclex. And the Trample and the Reach both come in handy all the time, especially the Reach, man. You gotta watch out for those flying decks recently, and mainly I'm looking at Phoenix Chick, but there's other flying decks floating about too. I've been running into Angels a little bit more, which is pretty cool. The top end guys, we got a Toxrill the Corrosive because I think it is an excellent creature, and the bottom ability does take a blue mana and a black and sacrifice a slug, draw a card. Wasn't too worried about that, but I do have a single Xander's Lounge in here just in case. Also, like, the extra cycling on the Xander's Lounge could be good too, especially if we're ramping a lot with Vorinclex and Invasion of Zendikar. Like, the cycling just might be better than actually playing it as a land. Okay, we got a couple of Etalis here, Primal Conquerors. It's not going to be unheard of to actually transform Etali and try to win the game that way as well. The Titan of Industry, more ways to hit artifacts and enchantments. Just like Titan of Industry is a disgusting top end. So powerful, man. We also have a Tyrranax Rex here. It's a 7 mana, 8/8, can't be countered, which could come in handy. It's got Trample, Ward 4, and Haste, and then Toxic 4. So a lot of different like 1-ofs and stuff. That's the whole concept behind the toolbox. We're trying to reach into the toolbox, grab the tool that we need in that moment. And I actually think it's going to be relatively decent, guys. Got some honorable mentions over here. By some miracle, Celestis did not make the cut this time around in my mid-range build. Usually I like to include at least one of these in mid-range, and it's in the honorable mentions for a reason, man. It's good. Same concept with Mirex, dude. Another one that I've just been playing a lot of, even in some of my aggro builds. So, yep, keep your eye on this land. Got a couple different board wipes to keep your eye on that happen to be battles, and I think battles could be good with like Sunslayer's ability where you're removing the 3 counters from permanents and stuff. So Invasion of Karsus could be decent. Keep your eye on this one. And then same thing with Invasion of Fiora. Almost said Kiora there. So in a deck like this, that could easily be a one-sided board wipe because we do have a decent amount of legendary creatures between Vorinclex, Etali, Toxrill, Glissa, right? And then if we wipe all non-legendary creatures and we accidentally get rid of our Requisitioner, then at least we're getting a treasure token out of it. So I definitely consider this as at least a one-of. It could be pretty good, man. And then Skyfisher Spider, I wanted to bring up again. I want to revisit Skyfisher Spider because I still believe that it's pretty decent, and I'm looking at that reach ability too. I think that reach could really come in handy against the meta right now. So yeah, not bad, not bad. So I thought I'd put it in the honorable mentions. Oh, the mana base, guys. Yeah, we got an Abandoned Mire, Crucible of Defiance, a Who Endures, leaning a little bit towards green because it's going to be important to hit that dig up on turn 1 every now and then to help us mana fix, get other basics into our hand, right? Like if we need double red, and we hit that forest, and we have like a Copperline Gorge, and we have Brotherhood's End in hand. Maybe we want to dig up another red, or at that point we might want to dig up the swamp. That way we have all 3 colors. But you guys know what I mean. It's going to be important to get that dig up out on turn 1, probably often, right? We're leaning towards the fast land between the Blackcleave Cliffs. So we got the Land of War Wastes here, hopefully not doing too much damage, and the Copperline Gorge as well. Just, I think all the fast land is going to be pretty important here, like the first couple turns especially. And then after that, I don't think we're going to mind too much just playing lands out tapped, especially when we're going to end up ramping in the mid game as well. So then we got that single Xander's Lounge I brought up for the blue source and the Toxrill. Also just the Rakdos colors, and then all 4 Ziatora's Proving Grounds, of course. Okay, guys, is that everything? I think so. Lots to go over here, man. I mean, like I said, a lot of different one-ofs to fill up that toolbox. I think it's gonna be decent. Let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. All right, guys, we'll see if we can get right into that first game. Yeah, we sure do. Wow, okay. Well then, what are you bringing to the table, opponent? All right, okay. This isn't a bad hand, is it? Opponent goes first, which could be scary. If we're up against mono red, then this is a relatively slow hand. But I don't think it's bad, man. Probably Proving Ground turn 1 over the Gorge. I was thinking, like, if we go Gorge, we dig up, we grab a swamp. I don't know if I like that. Opponent, are you there, buddy? Uh-oh. Might have another one of these instances. Not in the first game of the evening. Not again, guys. Other than that, we do probably dig up as soon as possible. If we go Proving Ground turn 1, it untaps. Well, then, yeah, I don't know. It's probably dig up turn 1, right? Well, guys, this whole section might be edited out if the opponent doesn't appear here in a second. Oh! Huzzah! The opponent has arrived! What's up, opponent? Were you grabbing a morning cup of coffee while waiting for the game? So turn 1, dig up, we'll grab the swamp. Yes. The sleeper is probably something we should be scared of. So if we don't have a 2-drop next turn, we go Proving Ground. If we do get a 2-drop, then we have the untapped land. Already using the sleeper ability. Probably a cut down open then, right? Copperline Gorge, okay. So no 2-drop. We can successfully go Gorge on 3, so we could do this. We have 3 go for the throats in here. Those are going to come in handy, probably. Any spot removal, but... like, the burn down the house against mono black's particularly good, too, because they got, like, the graveyard trespassers. On to 15 already. We could play Frillback as a blocker, but, like, oh no, another Proving Ground. But at this point now they can get this above the 3-3. And we have a lot of other cheap stuff we could have gotten. You know what? We're getting beat up, but, like, we'll be fine. If we save Frillback back for a turn 4 play, then we'll have the blocker and we can gain 4 life, or we might have some kind of different play after our draw too. So, oh, they didn't activate the 3. Yeah. Oopsie daisies, opponent. It happens. It happens. Don't worry about it. Oh, I still should have played Gorge, though, because now it's going to come out untapped, which is a little silly. Either way, the Proving Ground was going to come out tapped, but the Gorge could have come out untapped last time, so... Alright, we're taking a bunch of damage, but let's ramp here, dude. Invasion of Zendikar. And if I would have played Frillback and taken the damage, then there was a chance that the Frillback could have swung into the Invasion of Zendikar. So yeah, just holding that back was a little greedy, man. It was, for sure. Probably Mountain Forest for what we have. I still like the life gain on the Frillback. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're actually 1 away from Toxrill, but it probably gets picked up by spot removal immediately since this is mono black. Rex in Arena, wow. Alright, down to 9. Diabolical Intent. Okay. So we probably... I mean... we could go Invasion of Zendikar again. Further ramp. We could go burn down the House Devils, swing at the Invasion of Zendikar. Actually, might not be bad. Because they provide us with chump blockers. Oh, I don't mind that. I actually like that. As good as like the board wipe would actually be. We could still get the Frillback down if we wanted an additional blocker. Like we could play our Forest and play Frillback, but I think we're gonna need that life gain now. We do have Diabolical Intent available as well. What do we want to search for if we go Diabolical Intent? Tap this down. I think we want to keep that as a blocker though. So I think we go Forest. It's a sorcery speed. We'll activate it now while we have the 2 mana, right? Ping the opponent's face. What do we want to find? Probably some top-end stuff, huh? Like Titan of Industry, gain life. It's kind of crazy, man. I guess Etali is probably the best top-end to grab, because then we could just see even more from both of our decks. That seems pretty insane, dude. Opponent's not rocking blue, so it's probably going to land. So even if they spot remove it, at least we're seeing 2 other things. Got the cut down on a devil, sure. And it might be go for the throat on the Skyclave. Another cut down. Okay, they've been holding a bunch of removal back, but doesn't look like they have the go for the throat though. I think this might be a worthwhile trade. Of course, we could just take the 3 and try to slam damage through next turn, since they're taking damage every turn, but... So we could gain life off of Frillback. I think it's a worthwhile trade, man. I think this is fine. I mean, it's like they plugged so much mana into this sleeper and had so much going on for this sleeper too. Goodbye, Skyclave. You did your job for the turn. Okay, Vorinclex. Yeah, now that we're in the mid game, I'm feeling pretty confident. Let's slam that Etali onto the board. Go for the throat was the only thing we hit? Aw, man. Okay, well, at least that's a go for the throat that's not going into the opponent's hand, right? That's what they hit. No, there was a cut down. That was our go for the throat. Wow. Well, yeah, Liliana. Okay, at this point now we want to make sure we're playing a couple things a turn so we don't get into that Liliana lockdown that I always bring up. Another sleeper. Okay. So Toxrill takes care of sleeper, and the Liliana isn't doing anything just yet unless they play Liliana number 2. So I don't mind Toxrill for the turn. We have yet to see a go for the throat from the opponent, so... Get a slug. I guess, yeah, since we get a slug, if they do get Liliana number 2, then at least we can sacrifice the slug. Depending on what they do, man. Like, this is definitely the type of deck that just runs a whole bunch of spot removal. 3 cut downs already out of the deck. There's one of their go for the throats. Okay. So, anyone's game, I'm still feeling relatively confident, but...
I'm tired of your secrets.
Let's see. Probably keep the Vorinclex. The Riveteers Charm. Probably want to keep. So, Invasion of Zendikar, I'm thinking. Right? Because I still think the life gain off the Frillback can come in handy. And we should probably take out the Phyrexian Arena now. We should probably stop being super greedy. There's their 4th cut down. Okay. And an Underdog. Okay. So, Frillback trades into Underdog well, but they got the -2 on the Liliana. Duress would have been good earlier. Try to take the go for the throat out of the opponent's hand, right? This blocks well too. Frillback. 2, 3, 4, 5. If we go Frillback, pay 2 green, keep Riveteers Charm open, opt the Phyrexian Arena, gain 4. I don't think we want to exile their grave. It doesn't look like one of those types of decks. so decline. So destroy target enchantment or artifact, gain 4 life. Arena is out of here. Now we have Riveteers Charm available if we want to go ahead and have them sacrifice their Liliana before they get to use it. And we still have the trade here. It's really hard to see what's giving us card advantage and what's not. If we go Duress, then we don't have the Charm open. We could see the top 3 here too. Alright, I'm actually going to go Duress because if they end up using the -2 on Liliana, then at least it's gone. The Sheoldred's Edict as well. I'll let them keep the other Phyrexian Arena. Let's get rid of that Sheoldred's Edict. So yeah, no Riveteers Charm open now, but they -2, then at least Liliana's gone. We gained enough here to only go down to 10 from an underdog swing. And I think the best way forward is to actually see the top 3 off of the Charm to try to get more card advantage. With all the extra draws that they got off of that arena, I'd say we're doing relatively decent, man. Gonna have us discarding here? I'm gonna say no because we can swing at the Liliana. If they plus, we swing with Frillback. If they minus, then it's still the trade. So the minus is the best bet for them depending on what's in their hand. Okay, yep, so there's the trade. Vorinclex is great, go for the throat's decent. Okay, Vorinclex grab probably Proving Ground. Just for the sake of, I guess we can grab a Forest too. Go ahead and play the Proving Ground. And then we have Riveteers Charm and go for the Throat Open. Not bad, dude, and I really want to see the top 3 with the Riveteers Charm, so it reads until your next end step, so we can do it on their turn and then play those cards next turn. Okay, down to 13 for the opponent. They've been putting up quite the fight, man. It's a good game, though. Showcasing a little bit of the toolbox. Boundary's great for them. They found more spot removal. I'm not surprised with all the, oh! They were looking at the Vorinclex. I figured that meant spot removal, but... Trespasser, take the Etali. Yep, just in case we have Reanimator. That's smart. See, we could have them sacrifice the Trespasser, which is actually pretty good now. Now that Trespasser's out there, it could be pretty good. But I think just seeing the top 3, like we have Brotherhood's End in here. We have 2 more. Let's see what they end up doing here. Vorinclex holding down the fort for a turn. All right, Riveteers Charm. Let's see the top 3, man. We have a lot more top end to see. We have a second Etali. Yeah, the burn down the house doesn't hit the Vorinclex. Sheoldred's Edict. Okay. So that's not terrible. You may play those cards, yeah. It's pretty nasty, dude. So we can go Land of War Wastes, go for the Tenacious Underdog, and then Sheoldred's Edict hit the Trespasser. Oh, you know what they might end up doing, unfortunately? They could power up Mishra's Foundry. I don't know if that would be ideal for them, honestly. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. And we could go Crucible of Defiance and then still play the Riveteers Requisitioner for 2 instead of blitzing in. So, dude, we're doing everything, man. We're trying to get a big swing on Vorinclex as well. They are going to power up the Foundry, which isn't terrible, guys. Either way, getting rid of one of these isn't bad. Them keeping Trespasser is decent, though, but they don't know we have Requisitioner here, so... Oh, we can't use the Channel ability. Since it says play those cards, Channel is a different thing, man. It reads... you gotta discard it, so yeah, that's why. Okay, let's swing. Let's do this, man. I think we can outpace them now. Even if they do bring back the Tenacious Underdog. Like, they gotta take 2 damage to bring it back, so this is working well enough, but we are starting to fizzle out, and they still are getting some card advantage from the arena. But again, yeah, they're losing. They're losing some life from that as well. So down to 7. Anyone's game. Easily anyone's game. If we see mana off the top, then uh-oh, right? And all they need to do is find one more piece of spot removal for this Vorinclex, and it's going to start leaning towards them again. So all 4 cut downs are gone. Yep. 2 go for the throats out of the deck. 2 Sheoldred's Edicts. 1 Liliana. Oh, 3 go for the throats. Oh no, guys. This is spot removal the deck, man. Okay, come on, come on. Requisitioner, not terrible. All right, we're gonna play everything out. We're in trouble, dude. This Trespasser is gaining them life, so like the Phyrexian Arena's not doing as much as we would hope here. Sheoldred. Requisitioner blocks well, but oh man. Oh crap. Who endures? They can just sit back and relax now. Actually, it's game, isn't it? It's game. Sheoldred got them there, guys. Crap. I could have played this one out so much better, I know it. Like somewhere, this is one of those matches that I need to go back and watch. Early game, I was pretty greedy saving the Frillback for so many turns. If I would have taken care of Arena earlier, then maybe. Either way, full swing. Trespasser does 1. We can only block 1 of these. Goes to nighttime too since we had nothing to play. And then Sheoldred wraps up the game. Good game, opponent. Man, this was an uphill battle. So we were up against 4 cut downs, 3 go for the throats, and 2 Sheoldred's Edicts. That's wild, man. Also, we got a little unlucky with the... Oh, they exiled the Etali. I'm gonna block here too. There we go. Yeah, the Etali not hitting anything but spot removal that we didn't need. That was pretty bad. Oh, I was feeling pretty good there, but you guys saw how good the Phyrexian Arena actually was for the opponent. That was kind of insane. Keeping their hand nice and stocked, but then they happened to find the life gain when they needed it. Holy cow, guys, that match took a while. Come on, let's get some more. Let's get some more games in. You guys have told me before, though, that you like the longer games. It's too bad we couldn't pull off that victory, though. Yeah, they found the spot removal when they needed to find it, too, so that was anyone's game pretty much the whole time, I would say. No red source. That's what Dig Up is for, right? So, yeah, I like this. Let's do this. One goes first, unfortunately. Grab that red source. Nice. That feels nice. Okay. Okay, not 100% certain what the opponent's rocking. I feel like these early go for the throats would have been really good last game. I got pretty greedy with my burn down the house too, huh? Just swinging in to flip the Skyclave and then using those tokens to sacrifice. But that was pretty cool too. I don't know, man. Honestly, at some point, taking out the second Phyrexian Arena, I guess using the Duress on the Arena instead of the Sheoldred's Edict would have been much better, right? Those block a little bit too well for my liking. Although we could just get some ramp here. Swing with both Requisitioners. That doesn't sound good. I'm just going to play the second one. Sunset Revelry. Yeah, 1/1 chump blockers is Requisitioner's worst nightmare. Well, hopefully they don't end up exiling, though, because then at that point... Oh my goodness. Obliterator, you are 3 turns too early, buddy. Luckily, go for the throat. Source deals damage to Obliterator. That source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. Okay. So Xander's Lounge. If we ramp this turn, then next turn we could try Etali. And that means maybe no exile, right? We go for the throat. That's fine. Take the 1. They might even take the damage, honestly. They know we're leading into something here. So if they take out both Requisitioners, that's 2 treasure tokens, which means our 5th mana we'll have 7 next turn is what I'm getting at here. So going this route, instead of just like letting them drop a Sunfall to exile, I feel like that's much better, man. They're 1 mana away from a Sunfall. And then also, Orzhov is the type of... Oh, Phyrexian Arena. Huh. 2 decks in a row, rocking the Arena. Well, now we know to be a little bit more cautious about it, huh? Either way, let's not hit spot removal off of the Etali and maybe get there. Opponent's probably thinking, Etali, you are 2 turns too early. Alright, what we see? Oh, not bad. Not bad at all. We'll get Devils on the burn. And yeah, we might as well swing with them, huh? They discard here too. The Glissa's a good draw. They're down to 17, getting an extra card here. Definitely the style of deck that just runs some spot removal for the Etali, unfortunately, but... Yeah, luckily if they go Obliterator again, we have Argo for the throat. Got 4 on the board. Glissa can come down, and we can go Gorge. And keep the Go for the Throat open, right? So we'll start with the swing. Yep. And then we still have the Go for the Throat available. Nice. Down to 13, but all that extra card advantage, now I'm really sweating, man. And Sunfall could still come down too, so... Or Farewell. This looks like a Farewell style deck, but running the Obliterator makes me wonder. Okay, Farewell leans this towards the opponent, but they still need to find... Woohoo! Woo! Now that's a draw, dude. Oh my goodness, that's what you like to see. Down to 5. The ward is terrific here, dude. Down to 4, come on. Come on, guys, we can totally get there. Unfortunately, like, there's a lot of worst case scenarios, and they got so many cards in hand. Really interesting first couple games here. Farewell. They hit enchantments. What? Oh, they didn't want to take more damage. That's pretty smart, opponent. I would not have thought about that at all. Crucible, another good draw, guys. Come on. Come on. Almost there. Double Farewell. If we can win against a double Farewell, I'm more than satisfied. So there's a lot they could, like, try to rely on here, like dropping a Sheoldred or something, but luckily we have the spot removal immediately. Another Obliterator, same concept. So they need to, like, double down on some creatures. If they rely on one creature... Oh, crap, dude. Oh, crap. Yeah, that has Hexproof, Go for the Throat, not doing anything against Kaya. Oh, crap. They might as well gain some life, right? +2. That's almost impossible to, yeah. We can't keep up with that. We need something great off the top again, guys. And we have been ripping some fire, but... Oh, who endures? Okay. So every turn they go +2 on the Kaya, which gives them... So we can't keep up pace with the Spirit, so I think we just keep swinging face in hopes. Because now, even if we see a play with fire off the top, it's not going to be enough because they're going back up to 6. Dude, the opponent's decks have been really good today, huh?
It's what you deserve.
That is a Sorin. Okay. So Orzhov Planeswalkers then, since the Farewell's on the top end, right? Okay. We probably dropped the Go for the Throat on that, but at the same time... I don't know. Seeing a second Etali would be really good. Wedding announcement. Okay. Actually, there's a lot of really good things we could find, but... Do we want to... use the Who Endures on the announcement before they get a 1/1? Probably. Yeah, I think that's fine. They get a little ramp here, so hopefully it's just not a cut down. Like grab swamp, then they have cut down. I think using everything available to us while our mana is open is going to be important here, because now we're just ripping stuff off the top and we just need to find really good things. Oh, things that aren't land. All right, swing at that Sorin, right? So they can't get another creature. Okay. I'm not dropping out of this game, man. I believe in us. We got really good stuff off the top for a couple turns. This Kaya is disgusting, though. With the deck actually having ways to deal with Kaya. With the Sheoldred's Edict and the Riveteers Charm, right? Both allowing us to sacrifice... Did they just do the exact same thing as last turn? Hold on. Hold on, opponent. Hey, Riveteers Charm, guys. Oh, this would have been so good a couple turns ago. Now they're back up to 9, and we're down to 10. Do we just do this now, before they untap? Because we don't know what other nonsense they could be running. And the invasion, too. I don't know. I don't know, man. Luckily... Yeah, they could have another invasion in hand, but... So that gets rid of the Kaya, which is pretty good. But the Kaya's gained them so much life. So we could still find more off the top. This life gain too. I think we have to hold back for the turn, guys. Because it's not like full swinging at the Sorin's going to do much. They probably go plus on the Sorin anyways. No attacks. Let's just hope for more amazing things off the top here, right? So what else could we find? The Rex was such a good draw. So Etali number 2 is probably best, right? Or Toxrill could be pretty good, but not up against a deck that probably has 3 more Go for the Thrones. I don't know. I don't know, man. We'll just have to see. Because if it's land off the top for another turn, then it's probably guaranteed for the opponent, right? But yeah, you never know. I mean, we've had some crazy comebacks. Opponent might be thinking about flipping that invasion, so they might full swing at it. And we will let them hit it for 3. See what they see off the Sorin. Land. That's always good to hit off the Sorin, because now you're not drawing it next turn and you're not taking damage. No swings. Another 1/1. It is land off the top, guys. Well, I'm gonna stick this one out, but always feel free to skip ahead to the next game, because we are almost 40 minutes in and I'm gonna try to get one more match in. But I do want to see what's on the top, because 37 cards remaining. It is possible to see that Etali, but then we need to just absolutely rip fire with the Etali as well, so... but yeah, always feel free to skip ahead. We got timestamps down in the description, as well as just like the chapters at the bottom of the video. Oh, they saw another planes with the Sorin. Wow. Feeling confident enough to start swinging. Yep. Makes sense to me, dude. Yeah, these last couple decks are terrifying. Okay, Vorinclex is pretty good. That's not bad at all, dude. Like like, yeah, I guess a few turns of seeing land off the top was bad, but this helps us thin the deck. Instant removal for it. Wow, March of the Wretched Sorrow for 10. Okay. I guess we should just get into the next game. Good game. Bringing them back up to 21 means even if we do hit the Etali off the top, now we have so much more damage that we have to do. And even then, like now that we were thinning the deck as well down to 34 cards, a 1 in 34 chance isn't like terrific, right? So we might as well just get into the next one and you know, try to get more content with the deck because I actually really believe in it up against those mid-range builds, right? I guess it was mono black mid-range, which I thought was going to be aggro at first, but then the arena hit, so I guess it was a mid-range mono black. And then Orzhov mono black, like those are brutal decks to go up against. Opponent goes first. Uh-oh, guys. We have a couple risks here, right? If it's mono red, go for the throw. It's fine and dandy. It might be pretty good actually having 3 of them. It could be pretty good. But if it's another mid-range build, then these go for the throats are probably relatively bad, right? So I'm gonna keep it. Last match of the evening. It is mono red. Okay. Okay, these could be decent, man. They really could be. And etching red against Requisitioner is pretty bad. Requisitioner not gonna ramp us. So we probably just go another Commando. So at that point, we gotta take care of that Swift Spear, right? Rex, okay. So we're taking pain damage from the wastes. Etching flips. If we take out one of the etchings, at some point we could try to get the ramp with the Requisitioner, but I think best case scenario is actually just going to be... Alright, let's see the swing. Yeah, we should hit that Swift Spear, right? Taking 1, taking 5, down to 10. Okay, Borland isn't bad. So we have Go for the Throat available. We can hit one of the etchings. The other one's flipping. 2 mana. We go blocker on the ground. They could go end the festivities. Full swing for 6. So it's just Go for the Throat again, right? But we're taking 1 damage every time we play the Go for the Throat. So, oh no, guys. We're getting wrecked today. We got 3 mana. Invasion. We could have mulliganed this, right? Like, it's probably my fault for not dropping the mulligan, but at the same time... Okay, so we're going down to 1 this turn. Or 2. We're going down to 2. I guess we'll pick up one of the etchings for the turn. Oh no, we're going down to 1 because of the pain land. That's right. Well, crap. More pain land. Okay. Okay, we can block on the ground. And then we go for the throat. The Phoenix chick. And we perish. Well, we did our best, guys. We did our best. Oh, good game. They had the burn anyways. Yeah, no, that's your usual match against mono red. So we can't sit back and say, "Oh, how lucky," right? No, that's very usual. Did I have fun? Game. We don't talk about that game. It's a little bit my fault. I could have mulliganed. The 3 Go for the Throat wasn't the greatest with the pain land, right? So we ended up doing a lot of damage to ourselves. Guys, that was a fast one. One more. Come on. Come on, guys. I really believe in us. I actually think this deck is pretty good. But right now, we're not showcasing that at all. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is just jank. It's been a rough couple months over here in standard ranked, man. Let me tell you that. See, now this is a much better hand. But now we go first, too, so I'm just concerned. But it's like a relatively fast hand, too, so... Like, the Glissas would have been pretty great against mono red, but they ended up showing that they had the lightning strike, too, so... Uh-huh. Oh, nice. There we go. See, the cliffs would have been much better than the pain land last game. I say we don't keep the Go for the Throat open, and if it's cut down, we have ramp off the Requisitioner. Like, that's not a bad cut down target for us. Nice. Actually getting the treasure token from the Requisitioner is going to come in handy. Make sure we play Copperline Gorge next turn into the Glissa Fairy Mastermind. Oh. Huh. Okay. We're probably going to go Sunslayer. So we've actually been seeing this Dimir list a little bit recently. Must be gaining popularity. It's a scary list, dude. Yeah, go for the throat. Okay. Okay. So, the False Sleeper. Yep, it is. It's this Dimir like tempo, and it looks really scary. Right, so go for the throw on the Mastermind. We have that now. Almost have enough ramp for the Titan, which will be good. We have Charm and go for the throat open if we want to go that route, but let's just see what ends up happening, because this is a tempo build. My assumption is it has Make Disappear as well. Although I'm not sure I've seen this Dimir list running a counterspell yet, but I'm assuming that's one of the main reasons to go blue. Maybe it's Sleeper. Let's see if they buff Sleeper. Extra mana into it. Resolve that, see if they do it again. If not, it's fine. Okay, they don't do it again. Just attempt that. Go for the throat. Because if we take care of Sleeper, we might... Yeah, we might not have to deal with the Death Touch later on. And I'm not going to be playing the Riveteers Charm. Kaito, nice, dude. Kaito made my underplayed Grixis list for a reason. Get that phase out. I guess we could have went Charm to take care of that, but see, and look at how like the phase out just, it's so good, dude. Oh man. Okay. We have 6 mana. We are 1 short. We are 1 mana short from the Titan. I think we go Charm on their turn. Burn Down the House is pretty good. Hopefully this Dimir list doesn't run like Liliana, because discarding a card here would be really bad. Charm for 3, grab land. Or see land, then go Titan. Blocks the Mastermind. Gix gonna draw them a card. Kaito gonna draw them a card. Is that really what we want to do? I guess. I'm gonna stick to the plan. Because we could have taken care of the Kaito with the Charm as well. My hope is that the Titan is going to be enough here, and what we're doing with the top 3 is making sure we find that land. Or, I mean, that matter, we could find more that we want to play too. Oh no, guys. Okay, well, Unleash the Inferno takes care of the Kaito now. Actually, they have 2 mana open. What do you guys think? Do you think that Burn Down the House is the best bet before the Kaito gets out of hand? But if it's a Make Disappear, then that's just like really, really bad. Invasion of Zendikar was like a decent draw. If we don't play something from over here, then we kind of wasted the Riveteers Charm. Even though the Burn Down the House might be the best bet, at least we'll have 2 mana open for a Make Disappear. Take out the Kaito, take 5 from their board. Kaito giving them a lot of card advantage isn't great. Very Mastermind flashing down. Okay.
Time to go.
I still think Titan of Industry is like the best thing we could do, so maybe the land is next. Ow. Okay. They're drawing 3, aren't they? Heck yeah, they are. Restocking that hand. Sheoldred's going to come onto this board at some point. Crucible. Okay. Well, I think we have to hold out the turn on the Titan. We have 2 mana available. Please, Burn Down the House. Hit this board state. Oh no. Oh no. A Titan could still come down next turn. If they sacrifice a creature for the Make... There's the Make Disappear. Okay. So we survive for the turn as long as they don't do 2 damage to us. So, like I said with like the Sheoldred play, Sheoldred's going to drop onto this board state at some point. Especially with the Mastermind in the deck. Like, we know. We know Sheoldred exists. So swing for 5. Or discard Invasion of Zendikar for sure.
And you think you can win? You won't be outsmarting me.
Where is that Sheoldred, guys? I just haven't seen it yet. Down to 2. What do you guys suppose? Will the Burn Down the House land? If we get a land... Okay, we got a land. So we'll have... I mean, we have to try it, don't we? Because if we go Titan of Industry, we get a 4/4, and we gain 4 or 5, right? Back up to 7. We'll have 2 creatures. They go -2. This could just get countered as well. So yeah, no, we try burn down the house number 2. Look at their hand, guys. That's too many cards, opponent. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, make disappear. All right, well, it is what it is, guys. Decline. Because we do not have 4 mana. Good game. We'll let him swing on in. Man, I'll tell you what. Tough uphill battles today. I have a thing or two to say about this build. I was going to let them swing in, but if they take too long... okay, we'll let them have fun with that 7 ability. We don't get to see the Gix ability too often. Brotherhood's End would have been good early on. Actually... that would have taken care of the board except for Liliana. Brotherhood's End would have been excellent because we could have paid all 4 for the make disappear and actually got the job done. Wow, they found a dig up, which it didn't look like they could do the cleave cost on that. And they still could have dropped the +1 on the Liliana to make sure that this Titan of Industry was out of hand too. Because we had 3 mana open. So it could have been spot removal or something, but yeah. Alright guys, let's go over the deck list again. Brutal stuff here in Standard. I know we've been bringing it up so much recently. I sound like a broken record. Here's the deck list again, dude. You look at it and you're like, huh, yeah, this might actually work. I think it should. I think it, yeah, I'm a little taken aback by how bad it actually did, right? But, man, maybe we did get unlucky again. I don't know. Guys, let me know in the comments for sure. What do you think? Did we get a little unlucky? Also, if you have the cards for this list, give it a shot. Let me know if you have a little bit of better luck with it, because overall, there's so much solid goodness packed into the deck. I could also just call it like Jund good stuff, you know what I mean? 25 land felt like enough, I suppose. Like we played what, 4 games, and then some of those games it felt like too much, some of those games it didn't feel like enough, so that's just magic at that point, right? Like Tear Asunder would have been good to see a little bit more today, right? With all the Phyrexian arenas, and even hitting Etching out of mono red is really good too. But we had the go for the throat for that, but we were taking damage from our Land of War wastes at that point too, so something to be said about the pain land. We could just opt for slow land instead, and that might actually just be fine. But getting that early green, like I said when I was going over the list, is pretty important to mana fix early on with the dig up, right? So we didn't actually get to do the cleave cost on the dig up because we were just running for dear life in most of those games. The Etali was kind of a bust today, but I still think it's worth the top end and probably the best card on the top end. That being said, you could probably go up to 3 of these quite successfully. What would you drop at that point? I'm not really sure. I don't know what I want to do to this build. I don't think I would add or take anything out necessarily. I think we need a better piece of ramp for where the Riveteers Requisitioner is. The problem is if you go for like Azusa's Many Journeys or something, we only have 25 land in here, and it's not going to hit that land that often in 25. I find that card misses a lot for me unless I have like 27 or 28 land, which is way more land than I usually play with. But also the life gain off of Azusa's Many Journey could be good too. So maybe dropping like the 4 Riveteer Requisitioners for 3 of the journeys and then going up a 26 land, maybe that could be worthwhile. It's decent ramp, dude. The life gain's good. There's another problem though, is now it's not a creature, at least not right away, right? Until the 3rd chapter. And so like the Diabolical Intent has less targets, but we saw how like the Burn Down the House Devils works with the Diabolical Intent. Do a Frillback to sacrifice if we need to. Other than that, the Requisitioner was a big part of actually having the one Diabolical Intent work out for us, right? Because we get a little bit of ramp and find what we need. And so dropping this for Requisitioner, or dropping Requisitioner for Azusa's Many Journeys would mean we'd probably drop the Diabolical Intent too. Maybe just go up another land. No, probably not. I think there's... I think at that point, if you're dropping the Intent, then that's the way to find the third Etali, right? To squeeze that third Etali in here. Or like a second Vorinclex could be good too, but actually surviving to the 5th turn if you're up against one of those aggro builds like Mono Red is super rough. But I mean, if you do get Vorinclex down, then it's kind of a great one, huh? A little bit more life gain could be good. I guess, yeah, we're going back to looking at the Azusa's Many Journeys. So, if we do that as well, then we're looking at early black and early green, and we no longer need the early red for Requisitioner, right? So at that point... Oh, I'm freezing the game. Oh, no. So at that point, we could go for even more slow lands too, and I'd probably keep the Land of War Wastes in, even though the pain lands were a pain, but at least now we'll be gaining some life too. So that's probably what I would do, but overall, I think more testing's required, guys. Losing 4 in a row with a deck that I thought was going to be pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna end it with that. I think more testing's required, and if you guys do end up testing out the deck, then let me know. But you know, 4 losses in a row, put this on the do not craft list. That's only if you have the cards or enough cards to make your own variation of this build. Other than that, guys, hey, if you made it this far into the video, for real, y'all are champions. I super duper appreciate you. I hope you had fun today, even through all the losses. A very tough uphill battles, huh? All right, guys, I will see you in the next video.